As Rotterdam always says, these are fresh replays. Fresh.
Wow.
When I lose games like that, I feel Toss is too easy.
He's just being
Upgrades
honest.
too good for Toss. That's what I'm talking about. Upgrades are too good, right? For Toss? Well, they're good for Terran if you get +2 building armor.
And Strelok says, yee, but I made
Harass.
Yee,
Seriously,
but
you
I
have
made
plenty of
Harass,
time.
And then TT1's like, but still, you do not kill that much. And TT1 all of a sudden has a Russian accent. Let's introduce our players. Starting in the top right corner, we have from Team Root Gaming, we have Bayam Toyan from TT1 who says, you didn't kill that much and you should have attacked the cannon in the main.
Well, I won't complain. Good luck. Strelok is going to be the one not complaining in the bottom left-hand corner as the green Terran Daybreak featuring very, very different styles of play. Over Ohana, I think we'll see a very, very standard Terran. In my opinion, a very aggressive Terran with Medivacs, Marines, and Marauders. Same 10, 11-minute timing push that we've seen so many different times. Strelok is already playing the mind games, going for a command center first.
Yeah, and TT1 has been playing, you know, fast 2-base into heavy 2-base play. And that's kind of been what he's been doing. We said that he'd been faking thirds. That game, he didn't even really have to fake the third. He just went for that timing based off the early upgrades. And we'll see what TT1 does in response to this command center first. Now, a lot of Protosses get really, really anxious to punish. But what a lot of Protosses don't realize that if Terran plays this greedy, Protoss can play super, super greedy as well.
Yeah.
I mean, when Parting first saw Command Center first, he was going for super fast third Nexi as well. And that's what really made everything like, whoa, Terran really actually can't do anything to me. I can just go up and expand really quickly as well.
Exactly. And what you can actually do, what's important to do, is get your Stalker out ASAP. And what you actually try to do is stop any SCVs from scouting out. And when you do that, the range is incredible. All of a sudden, the Terran is in the dark. They can be going fast 2-base, 6-gate, 1-base, 4-gate, 3-base, and just playing defensive. That range, that response that is necessary from the Terran is very different. If you're going 1-base and 4-gate, obviously I have to, make a couple of bunkers, pull all my SCVs, and defend it for dear life. If it's something like a 2-base, well, obviously I have to make like 3 or 4 bunkers. If it's a 3-base, I shouldn't be making any bunkers. A lot of inefficiency can be drawn just from the lack of scouting from doing a 14cc.
Absolutely. You can see the first and Zealot is immediately pressuring those SCVs, and that's kind of what you need to do. Just keep that SCV count accountable. Really make sure you can't even harvest from that natural, and all of a sudden you'll be catching up in no time. And you can see Strelok finishes up his second orbital, but really doesn't have anything. Now, the double racks is a pretty common transition off of this. You can get your gases and get for a fast stim. You can even go for engineering bay to get fast upgrades as well. Get that +1 really early to see if you can even hold off any 2-base timings. But, oh man, I just love what TT1's doing with his 1-zone, 1-probe, just being such a pain in the butt, making sure Strelok can't freely mine at this point.
Yeah, overall this is really well done, and Strelok has been punished for not going this initial bunker. What he tried to do was get very quick gas instead. I think this is overall a worse choice to actually do. You're going to have a very huge amount of gas income, and I don't think you can actually keep up with the amount of mineral income that you're getting. Especially when you're on 2 racks, you spend a lot quicker. So I think delaying it and just getting the bunker is the better decision, waiting 100 minerals and then getting the refineries. We're going to see if it actually works out that way. As he's already spiking up in the amount of gas that he has. Very unfortunate.
Well, we do see TT1 adding on gates at this point. TT1, will he start incorporating more of those upgrades? He's been a big proponent of double forge. When we interviewed him, we're asking him, like, how can you assume that you can get away with these double forges? And he's like, dude, I'm playing safe. And in TT1's mind, I mean, he feels very safe oftentimes because he has pretty good information on his opponent as well.
Correct. I mean, it's safe assuming the player he's playing against. He doesn't do this stuff on ladder as much. I would probably even say that he doesn't do this stuff on ladder at all unless he knows his opponent very well. TT1, a lot of people would say he is more all-in-y, but I would actually say, no, he's absolutely right. He is a safe player. He just makes it so that he'll never die and plays it towards those later games where we saw he just made good decisions, you know? And yes, it was 2 base timings off of 8 gateways, but he noticed, oh, I have an upgrade advantage. Let me abuse that, and he goes from there. Really nicely done to be cost-efficient.
You know, I won't say abuse. I'm just gonna say TT1 knows how to cut certain corners.
No, he's abusive. You can say abusive.
He knows how to take the back route, you know?
Yeah.
To save time. Where it's always like, hey, I'll race you to the store, but he really knows how to get there like 5 minutes before you do because he knows the area a lot better.
I don't know. TT1's
kind of what
slow,
TT1's
man.
doing.
He's pretty slow. Trust me. I've raced him. I fought him. I did everything possible with him. He's not a cunning, fast guy.
Wow. So mean. But you can see that TT1's going for that faster Nexus, just like we were talking about. You can absolutely get away with this, especially based off Strelok. What he looks like he's opening. Now, what Strelok does so well is that he masks it, and he's going to go for Cloak Banshees again. Because when you see the double racks, you assume it's going to be standard, you know, medevac play, maybe go for that stim plus 1 timer, some sort of follow-up. But Strelok going for Cloak Banshees again. What are your thoughts about this, Andre? I mean, TT1 does not have...
I'm trying to think about if I like it or not.
He doesn't have the robo.
I think what he's trying to do, this isn't actually... See, game 2, it's hard to actually justify this when you're down 0-1. Okay, no, I'll take it. I'll take it. Because what he's trying to do is sell, hey, wow, perfect pylon made. But what he's trying to do is say, okay, for the later games in this series, make your freaking robotics facility. Stop trying to cut so many quarters. Because right now he's being punished for it 2 games in a row.
And you know what's so funny is that TT1 told Strelok to focus the cannon, but Strelok isn't focusing. In fact, he's just buying time, trying to make his probes run. But that's okay. You can just have him run to the 3rd while he gets up his own economy. And the big important thing is that these cannons really will be able to get up uncontested, and Strelok really won't be able to do too much damage unless... You know, TT1 kind of messes up at this point. You can see that Strelok back at home is preparing everything else. He stopped his Banshee production just at 1, or 2 rather, which is similar to last game. And I like that. Strelok is showing restraint, but did he do enough damage with this Banshee harass?
13 probes, not bad. I would say, yes, he did do enough damage. Here's the problem, though. There will be all Chrono Boost allocation going towards probes from here on out. I can't see him putting anything else, or allocating it for anything else. He has to be careful because, of course, the Banshees can still do additional damage, but still, he will be able to catch up very nicely. Now, a big Marine Marauder squad is going to come over. This is the anti-timing if there is one.
Yeah, there's +1/+1 finishing for TT1.
Absolutely correct. And look at this probe sitting right here. You know, that should be a little bit of evidence, ladies and gentlemen, to show that TT1 is a very safe player because he's going ahead, spreading across the whole map and showing that, yeah, I am receiving things very efficiently and making sure that I don't die to pushes like this that can be abused with 1-1.
Yeah, TT1 warping in a lot of Zealous to initially tank so they can deal with it, but Strelok is pushing back. He actually had a huge, massive stim and did not commit, so that's a huge cost to Strelok if he wants to commit to this push.
That is well over 250 damage done, 260 damage done, actually.
Getting hit by a Colossus once, almost.
Well said. So sick, bro.
As if the Colossus hit you with 1 laser, not 2.
Exactly. Dude, it was back when the Colossus dealt 20 damage each laser. So they deal 40. No, it was like 20. I forgot what it was. Never mind. Forget it.
I don't know. The Banshee's still in effect, but TT1 has an observer right on point. And you can see TT1 controls a watchtower, but a massive drop from Strelok trying to see if he can get some huge damage inside the main and cripple his tech, or at least his economy.
Now, the only way for TT1 to actually punish this is to take out every single one of those medevacs. I highly doubt that's even going to happen. Blink is not up. He's going to engage against this. Forward shields will go down, which basically says the medevacs will always be able to get out. I don't agree with that situation. And look at this. Strelok just going to go around, take out all the probes over here on the right-hand side. The forward shields working terribly against TT1, and Strelok gets a massive advantage now going to the 3rd base with a small squadron of units. TT1 is probably going to be forced to tap out pretty soon here.
He's going to lose a huge part of the economy. A great pick apart from Strelok. And TT1 normally really pretty good with his force field. When you saw him in the series against Zenio, he did phenomenally with his force field placement. Has not been able to summon those same abilities. As you can see, Strelok now able to shut down 2 mining bases from our Protoss player, which means his economy will be that much an advantage. And TT1 just control grouped all of his army and was not really able to split it up. And as a result, loses 2/3 of his ability to mine.
Correct, and you can definitely see actually the Sim City going into effect right here. Midevac's trying to come into the main yet again, but they get stopped immediately in their tracks. But look at how many units Strelok has. Now, the one thing Strelok needs to be careful is he doesn't have combat shields. He doesn't have combat shields. That 100-100 upgrade gives you so much life, man.
Gretorp and his upgrades.
Dude,
he's just never happy, no matter what Terran does. He's just never happy.
I want more upgrades,
I think
man.
you hang out with Mr. Bitter a little too much.
No. Definitely not. I can never hang out with Bitter too much. That's just that's a fallacy in and of itself.
Wow.
Boom. Boom. You thought it was going one way, Bitter. I went the exact opposite. Love you, bro.
Take the high road. That's exactly what it is. You can see TT1 has to prepare for this incoming push. He wants Colossus out, but this is a perfect time for Strelok to hit. The expansions are just going up. His tech is about to finish. +2/+2 would not have finished before that battle was concluded. But now TT1 has a couple of those things wrapping up for him time-wise.
Okay, he can potentially force heal this off. And don't forget, there is Blink already done. 2-2's finished, so let's see. Oh, no charge. That's going to be a critical mistake.
Yeah, he doesn't have charge. He allocated all of his gas to this Robo. TT1 not even really able to pump out any Colossi at this point. You can see them dropping the main once again, being so annoying, killing off a lot of workers, and there it is, GG from TT1.
Well played.
Strelok takes game number 2.
Oh yeah, Strelok, as I said before, we expected that Marine Marauder type of style, where you're just super aggressive, not the Marine Siege Tank. It's a better style all around, and we just saw the movement game that time. The drop, the quad drop, all the way in the main, punished TT1 for taking a position that he's not supposed to be taking, which is center control. And from there on out, taking the Nexus, losing the game, GG, no Rio. Well, actually, at least 2 more games.
All of a sudden, the best of 5 becomes a best of 3. Thank you to Game Minder, the people who sponsored that game. The Game Minder is a smartphone application that lets you know about upcoming game demos as well as just other games. Download it at the App Store at handleopera.com. We'll be back with our next game between TT1 and Strelok.
Oh, baby, oh, baby.
Game number 3, a critical point in this series. Whoever takes it will be 1 game away from advancing to the playoffs. This is NASL WildCard Thursday. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute.